On World News Tonight, Hurricane Rita hits the Florida Keys with 100-mile-an-hour winds. Predictions call for a Category 4 storm. They've already begun evacuations in Texas. And in New Orleans, people are refusing to leave again. 2 years ago, government flood insurance left them high and dry. The message for victims of Katrina: get ready for a rude awakening. Brian Ross investigates. The world's largest retailer goes after another billion customers. Will always low prices cut it in China? And at Carnegie Hall today, a tribute to Peter Jennings. A reporter, a friend, above all, a father.
From ABC News, this is World News Tonight. Reporting from ABC News headquarters, Charles Gibson.
Good evening. The concern tonight is Hurricane Rita, in large part because there are eerie similarities between Rita and Katrina 3 weeks ago. Hurricane Katrina, you'll recall, went through Florida as a Category 1 storm and then moved into the Gulf of Mexico and intensified into the Category 4 storm that devastated the Gulf Coast. Well, Rita brushed the Florida Keys today, also as a Category 1, and is also expected to gather strength in the Gulf before slamming into Texas, maybe even damaging the Louisiana coast again. So we start in Key West, Florida tonight with ABC's David Curley. David?
Charlie, plenty of wind still on the backside of this hurricane as it moves on, but Rita didn't really live up to the advertisements. It wasn't a complete washout, but it wasn't as strong. It didn't pack the punch many expected. Some Key Westers taunted Hurricane Rita. Half the population fled. Some of the other half rode out Rita in local bars. Richard Week has seen 65 years of hurricanes and sat in his rocker on his porch.
The weather's fine sitting right here, and every once in a while the rain will pick up. I go in, and I come back out.
Water was the worry here, but as Rita reached Hurricane 1 status, rolling right through the gap between Cuba and the Keys, forecasters reduced their estimates of rain and tidal surges. It's mid-afternoon and the eye wall is just past south here. This is really probably the peak of the storm here, and as you can see, the waves are crashing onto the road and a lot of seaweed has been deposited here. But really, the flooding and the surge from Rita are not as bad as predicted. Key West has escaped again, possibly?
Key West has escaped again. It appears that way right now.
But Rita has the potential to become a much more explosive, dangerous storm. Just as it was heading into the warm Gulf of Mexico, it became a Category 2 hurricane.
We're forecasting that Rita will intensify. The conditions are right both in the ocean and in the atmosphere for Rita to grow from Category 2 to a major hurricane, at least Category 3, and in fact we believe Category 4 within the next 24 to 48 hours.
And the tracking still takes Rita toward Texas and Louisiana. Officials in Galveston are asking residents to evacuate. FEMA, which was severely criticized for its handling of Katrina, says it will be ready for Rita.
We're not going to assume anything at all. We're going to make sure that we are ready to go and make sure that the states are ready and the locals are ready.
Rita already has made a difficult journey even harder. Some who evacuated to Houston after Hurricane Katrina will now have to move again.
This is the only place we can go. We've been stuck out in New Orleans. We've been stuck out here.
How ready is FEMA? It says it has already positioned 9 search and rescue teams and 9 medical teams in Fort Worth, and 45 trucks of water, 45 trucks of ice, and 8 trucks of MREs in Houston. Charlie?
All right, David Curley in Key West. Well, President Bush has now chosen someone to lead the investigation into what went wrong in the response to Hurricane Katrina, but not many people on the Gulf Coast took notice because people there are basically worried about the new storm. Even if Rita doesn't directly hit New Orleans, the water it could generate will pose a significant threat to a city still in a precarious condition. ABC's Bob Woodruff is in New Orleans again tonight. Bob?
Good evening, Charlie. As you can see here at the marina, this remains such a wounded city. You have to wonder how much more the people here can withstand. They are getting ready for Rita on several fronts, bringing in buses early to evacuate people, and of course, getting ready for more water.
There was a new sense of urgency today. Checkpoints jammed with relief workers, many coming in to strengthen the weakened levees.
Real worried.
Real worried?
Yeah, they're not going to hold.
Not going to hold.
But we're doing the best we can.
The city can't take much more weather. Engineers say any more than 3 inches of rain in a 6-hour period could overwhelm the levees. A 3-foot storm surge could cause 4 feet of new flooding. That would set back New Orleans' recovery. But for many already flooded out, Rita is not a concern.
I mean, if this house floods again, do you care? No, doesn't make a difference. It'll probably wash it out, if anything. Look at the mud on the floor.
New Orleans mayor said 2 busloads of people were evacuated from the city today. Louisiana's governor said another storm would be devastating.
This state can barely stand what's happened to it. We could hardly stand to think of what we'd have to deal with if southwest Louisiana were also impacted.
To protect vehicles and equipment in the lowest lying areas of New Orleans, officials ordered much of it to higher ground today.
You're all going?
This is totally unbelievable.
In St. Bernard Parish, residents were blocked from returning.
I can't believe this. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Jean and Joyce Cure traveled 300 miles to get her jewelry turned back 1 mile from their house.
I'm never going to be able to get it. If this storm comes, I'll never be able to get any of my stuff.
A.J. Hernandez and his wife begged a police officer to let them in to save what they could before Rita comes.
And he said, go ahead and get out. And that's why I'm getting out. And I hope I never come back here. Never.
Many people have told us that they'll never come back to this city again, and if Rita hits and the levees don't hold, there are sure to be a lot more who stay away for good. Charlie?
ABC's Bob Woodruff in New Orleans tonight. ABC's Brian Ross has an investigation tonight into problems that Hurricane Katrina's victims may have collecting federal flood insurance. FEMA is the agency charged with paying claims made under the federal flood insurance program. 2 years ago, another hurricane left thousands of people filing such claims, and many say FEMA failed them. Here is ABC's Brian Ross.
Isabel hit Maryland 2 years ago this week, triggering a flood surge in the Chesapeake Bay.
My first thing was, we have flood insurance, so it's not going to matter. It's, we're covered.
But 2 years later, Jennifer Dukes and her family are still living in a government-provided camper, parked in front of the flood-ruined home they cannot afford to fix.
Everything was soaked in disgusting bay water.
Mold and mildew have spread up the walls to the ceiling, but the flood insurance program run by FEMA will only pay to replace lower portions actually touched by the water.
We have to replace the top. We can't just replace the bottom cabinets.
Adjusters offered $44,000 for repairs that builders say will cost $115,000.
We don't have any savings. We don't have any way to pay for that.
The Dukes are not alone. The Maryland Insurance Commissioner found FEMA adjusters systematically lowballed the losses of thousands of Maryland flood victims.
I can't find a contractor who will do the work for these low prices. It simply isn't possible.
And FEMA's offer is pretty much take it or leave it.
There is no formal process to appeal your claim. You literally have to sue the federal government.
Even before Katrina, the Bush administration had quietly sought to cut back the flood insurance program, saying in this letter to Congress it was only a form of aid and a misconception that policyholders be restored to pre-flood conditions. That's dead wrong, according to the man who used to run the program.
We made it an insurance program so that people, when they have a flood, don't have to ask for any handout or anything. They have a right to the money.
Now more than 100 Hurricane Isabel victims are taking FEMA to court, hoping to alert Katrina victims about what awaits them.
Pennies on the dollar, and they'll be unable to rebuild their homes and lives, just as victims from numerous storms across the country have been subjected to for the last 2 years.
Late today, FEMA announced that it would begin to streamline the adjuster process for homes that are considered total losses. But that does nothing for the vast majority of people whose homes are damaged but not destroyed. And as to the findings in Maryland that FEMA has systematically lowballed victims there, well, Charlie, a spokesman, said today they had no comment.
Brian Ross, thanks very much. One financial note or economic note to mention tonight, the Federal Reserve raised interest rates again today, the 11th straight increase. The Fed said the damage caused by Katrina does not pose a persistent threat to the economy and that it has to keep raising interest rates to keep inflation under control. When we return, the death of the Nazi hunter. He said he sought justice, not revenge. The world's largest retailer takes aim at 1 billion potential new customers. Will China become the next Walmart nation? And at Carnegie Hall today, celebrating a remarkable life, a colleague, a friend, a father, and a husband. Remembering Peter Jennings.
This is World News Tonight, brought to you by Tylenol Arthritis.
If someone has a complaint about one of our products, I'm usually the first one to hear it. I work in the customer call center at Tylenol, and since I was the first one to hear you tell us that our arthritis medicine was great, but you had to fight to open the bottle, I wanted to be the first one to introduce you to this. Not just an easier to open cap, but the easiest to open arthritis cap you can buy.
Cholesterol's down. Well done.
That's great.
Hello, doctor's office.
And I gotta tell you, nice job.
Mr. Decker?
I told you we'd get it down.
Yep, even doctors can have high cholesterol. When diet and exercise aren't enough, adding Lipitor can lower your bad cholesterol from 39 to 60%. In fact, more cardiologists surveyed said they'd prescribe Lipitor for their own family members than any other cholesterol brand. Lipitor is one of many cholesterol-lowering treatment options in addition to diet and exercise that you and your doctor can consider. Lipitor is not for everyone, including people with liver problems and women who are nursing, pregnant, or who may become pregnant. Simple blood tests are needed to check for liver problems. Tell your doctor about other medications you are taking or if you experience muscle pain or weakness, as these may be signs of a rare but serious side effect. Ask your doctor about Lipitor today.
Hey, can you help me?
We'd like to order now.
Excuse me. Oh my gosh.
Whatever happened to customer service? At DHL, it's alive and well.
Consider it done.
Call us and see how we're changing the way the shipping business does business.
If you have indoor or outdoor allergies, ask your doctor about something different. Singulair. While many allergy medicines block histamine, Singulair works differently by blocking leukotrienes, an underlying cause of allergy symptoms. And Singulair is now approved to help relieve both indoor and outdoor allergy symptoms for a full 24 hours. Side effects are generally mild and vary by age and may include headache, ear infection, sore throat, and upper respiratory infection. Singulair, a different way to treat indoor and outdoor allergies.
In London today, police said the July 7th bombing attacks were more carefully planned than they had thought. Newly released closed-circuit video shows the suspected bombers checking out the London Underground 9 days before the bombings that killed 52 people. Police say 3 of the 4 suspects spent 3 hours studying stations and following the route they took the day of the bombings. In Iraq, we learned today that 5 Americans died in roadside bombings, 4 during combat operations against insurgents in Ramadi. The 5th soldier was killed on a road north of Baghdad. To date now, 1,902 American troops have died, an increasing number of them in bomb attacks. Simon Wiesenthal, the famed Nazi hunter, has died in Vienna today at the age of 96. Wiesenthal was a Holocaust survivor, liberated by American troops in 1945. 89 members of his family died in the Holocaust. He spent his life tracking down those responsible for the death of 6 million Jews during World War II.
I was looking for me personally for an answer. Why?
He worked out of a tiny office in Vienna, poring over records. He and his assistants are said to have helped trace and track down 1,100 Nazis, most notably Adolf Eichmann. Eichmann had been in charge of the Nazi genocide program. Israeli agents found him in Argentina in 1960, kidnapped him to Israel, where he was tried and hanged for crimes against humanity. Wiesenthal said he sought not revenge, but justice.
We should not forget what happened to our families. But through this, we can prevent the same for our children, of our grandchildren.
Wiesenthal will be buried in Israel. And when we come back, the world's largest retailer in search of 1 billion new customers. Walmart takes China by storm.
Exciting news from Allegra. Allegra D 24-hour. Find out what all the excitement's about. Ask your doctor today about Allegra D 24-hour. You need to know about it.
Want to see what makes Kellogg's Nutri-Grain bars such a good choice? With whole grain oats, real fruit, and a sweet kiss of honey, it's only natural they've got the right kind of energy. Find yours in every bar. The choice is simple. Kellogg's Nutri-Grain bars. Real food, real good.
My mom has arthritis. Taking Bear keeps her music playing. My brother has a bad knee. Taking Bear keeps his game going. And what really amazed me was when Bear helped my father keep living. He took it during a heart attack. Bear helped save his life. Nothing else I know does so much. So when I'm in pain, what do you think I'm going to choose?
Genuine Bear, like no other pain reliever in the world.
If you're thinking about joint replacement surgery, here's an important question to consider. Which implant is right for your specific needs? Only your doctor knows for sure. He also knows that Biomet offers the widest range of implant choices and sizes available today. Is Biomet right for you? Ask your doctor. To learn more, visit our website or call for a free brochure. Biomet, advanced science for real living.
Noble competitors, later today, what will you all want? A comfortable ride home. This is the Kia Monte Premium Sedan. People of power, it has power, everything, and the endurance of a 10-year warranty. Now run, swim, bike, no matter where you finish, ride home like a champion.
Claim what should be yours, the Kia Amante, starting around $24,000 after cash back.
Exciting news from Allegra. Allegra D 24-hour. Find out what all the excitement's about. Ask your doctor today about Allegra D 24-hour. You need to know about it.
We're going to turn now to a kind of gold rush that is taking place in China as companies from the U.S. and beyond position themselves to grab a piece of the fastest growing market in the world. With 1.3 billion people, China's purchasing power now ranks second in the world behind the U.S., and the world's largest retailer is eyeing that market. ABC's Bill Weir tonight on how Walmart is changing the way the Chinese shop.
Still shop in places like this. More and more are being lured by the siren song of one-stop shopping. I'm eager to tell you how much I love Walmart, the sales force sings. In these brightly lit aisles, China's exploding middle class is discovering the novelty of free samples and a wide selection of everything, including squirming delicacies. It's big, it's clean, says this customer, and you feel good here.
You see customers that talk about price conscious, sit there and tap the ice off before it's scaled up because it adds to the weight.
Walmart Asia CEO Joe Hatfield stunned colleagues by leaving Arkansas for Shenzhen 11 years ago. There are, he says, 1 billion good reasons.
China's the one place in the world that over a given time that you could replicate Walmart in the U.S.
If Walmart can seize just 3% of this market, analysts say they'll bring in $20 billion a year. So over the next year and a half, they plan to double the number of their stores in China to 90. And while Walmart has changed the way people shop, they're also changing the way suppliers think. Traditional Chinese business is based largely on guanxi, or personal connections and favors. So many manufacturers were shocked to learn that if they want their products on these shelves, it's not who you know, it's what you know about keeping costs down.
Chinese distribution has been very, very inefficient. Walmart will build a distribution system that breaks through that, and Chinese retailers will have to clean up their act to compete.
In fact, some competitors are already copying the Walmart way, from the color of the signs right down to the singing. Bill Weir, ABC News, Shenzhen, China.
And you can see more of Bill Weir's series, Made in China, through the week on Good Morning America. And when World News Tonight returns, the tribute to Peter Jennings today So much to say, so full a life.
Since I have type 2 diabetes, I try to do what my doctor says.
But her blood sugar is still too high. I exercise whenever I can, but his number still won't come down.
I try to watch what I eat.
But her blood sugar is still not under control.
Even though you diet, exercise, and take your medicine, managing type 2 diabetes can be hard. Adding Avandia can help. Avandia lowers blood sugar. It works differently than other diabetes medicines by helping your body use its own natural insulin better. And Avandia can help maintain blood sugar control.
Avandia may cause fluid retention or swelling, which can make some heart problems worse or lead to heart failure. Avandia is not right for everyone. Talk to your doctor if you have heart failure or liver problems. Blood tests should be used to check for liver problems before starting and while taking Avandia. Avandia may cause weight gain. It may cause low blood sugar when taken with other diabetes medicines and may increase your risk of pregnancy.
I got my blood sugar under control.
You really did. Could adding Avandia help you?
Heartburn's back.
Deal me back in.
You mean out. Tums EX can't keep acid from coming back. Choose the chews that work fast and last.
New Malox Antacid Barrier.
Fast relief plus a long-lasting protective barrier. New Malox Antacid Barrier.
Stupid allergies. Poor kid can't sleep.
He's all congested from nasal allergies.
Only Nasonex is clinically proven to treat and help prevent congestion and other seasonal nasal allergy symptoms.
Let's tell his mom. You go.
Side effects were generally mild and included headache, viral infection, sore throat, nosebleeds, and coughing.
His congestion's better.
But your nose isn't.
For seasonal nasal allergy symptoms, Nasonex is the one to treat and help prevent congestion. Talk to your doctor.
I'm not going to let health concerns hold me back.
From doing a single lap.
Doing a single turn.
Some multivitamins talk a good game, but Centrum Silver is a specially age-adjusted multivitamin with high levels of B vitamins, which emerging science suggests may help reduce the risk of vascular diseases, including heart disease, and with calcium to help maintain healthy blood pressure.
I can't wait for my next gig.
My next plunge.
Centrum Silver, adjusted for your age and your life.
I'm on that roasted chicken Italiano diet.
Beef and mushroom diet. You've got to try it.
Counting calories never tasted better because 25 of your favorite Progresso soups are 100 calories or less per serving.
Chicken noodle. And it shows.
Tomorrow, 9/8 Central, the Emmy winner for Best Drama returns.
I think there's something down here.
With the year's most anticipated season premiere.
Kate!
Lost, the new season premieres tomorrow, 9/8 Central, only on ABC.
Finally tonight, a celebration and a remembrance of an extraordinary life, Peter Jennings' life. More than 2,000 friends, colleagues, admirers, and Peter's family members were in Carnegie Hall today for a tribute and memorial service. The hall was filled with wonderful stories and warm recollections. The hall was also filled with Peter's spirit and with much of the music he so loved.
Today we come together to remember before God our brother Peter, to give thanks for his life and to comfort one another in our grief.
Peter and I knew one another for most of our adult lives. When we began at ABC together, he was known as the handsome one and I was known as the smart one. Over the course of decades, he was still known as the handsome one, but also as being very, very smart. I'm still just known as being smart.
When you know someone of Peter's dynamism and presence, you simply think they'll just always be there. There's that larger-than-life quality
that feels eternal. So it just didn't seem possible when we all got the news, and it doesn't seem possible today.
Peter didn't just tear up on the air occasionally on 9/11, famously. This was, after all, the only person I ever knew who got weepy talking about his service on jury duty. It's true.
Peter was an anchor, a true anchor in every sense of the word. An anchor is what keeps the ship from drifting into dangerous waters. It keeps us steady and secure through the night or through the storm, and that's what Peter was for those of us at ABC News.
When things go wrong with television, we get snow. When the signal can't reach us, when the mountains interfere, we get the fuzzy, chaotic blizzard of electronic noise. When the signal does reach us, well, then, of course, the real challenge begins to put something on the air that's better than snow. Peter melted the snow with warmth, intelligence, and grace.
Slumber, my darling, I'll wrap thee up warm. Pray that the angels will shield thee from
The music was glorious. One constant refrain today in nearly everyone's remarks: what a wonderful father and husband Peter was. As devoted as he was to ABC News, his devotion to his wife Casey and children Elizabeth and Christopher was paramount. And it was a devotion returned manyfold. That is World News Tonight. I'm Charles Gibson, and we leave you with what closed today's memorial, the Gates of Praise Choir.
The champion of the summer's biggest hit. Now Kelly Monaco and John O'Hurley face off in a live rematch decided by only one thing: your vote. Dancing with the Stars. Dance Off tonight, 8:30, 7:30 Central, only on ABC.
Wheel of Fortune coming up next on WTEN.
Considering vinyl siding for your home? With the high cost of fuel, vinyl siding doesn't just have to beautify, let it insulate. Residential Specialist's exclusive Vinyl Shield siding system comes with our Energy Star rated form-fitting insulation. Not only giving you the look and feel of real wood, but saving you huge fuel costs. Call now, receive a $50 gas card, free insulation, plus take an additional 10% off. Call 1-800-201-9091 for details.
It's been a great summer with Employee Pricing Plus. It's been a huge success, and the 2005 models are going fast. Because right now, during the final days of Employee Pricing Plus at your Chrysler or Jeep dealership, the deals have gotten even better. The remaining 2005 models won't last long, so hurry in now for the best selection. Remember,
if you can find a better car, buy it.
So I'd say if you can find a better car, buy it.
If the ride is more fly, then you must buy.
That's what I hear.
Watch News 10 at 11 on WTEN, the Capital Region's only place for the live Lotto, Take 5, and Mega Millions drawings. Only on WTEN.
Ladies and gentlemen, Pat Sajak and Vanna White.
Thanks, everybody. Hi, Dan. Thank you so much. It's tiki time. See you later. All right. Our players are grasping frantically for their toss-up devices. They want to win $1,000, and who can blame them? The category is rhyme time. And it's Heidi.
How low can you go?
Excellent question. $1,000.
Thank you.
Heidi Calcaterra.
Yes.
From Ottumwa, Iowa.
Yes,
and we'd like to hear all about your life back in Iowa.
Back in Iowa, I work as a part-time rural carrier associate for the United States Postal Service.
Mm-hmm.
I am married to my husband, John, and I have 2 children, Anthony, who is 2, and Mia, who is 6. Happy birthday, Mia.
Oh, good. Got that in. I hear we occasionally could find you riding a Harley.
Yes, she can. A lot of the time, she'll find me out on the Fat Boy. It's one of my pastimes.
Oh, that's the name of the...
Well, it's a Harley-Davidson Fat Boy.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm here to learn, Heidi. It's
a
nice,
lot of fun.
Nice to have you here. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Taylor Upchurch, Stillwater, Oklahoma, going to school in that part of the country, huh?
Yes, I'm a senior, secondary education, wanting to teach biology, coach some basketball maybe.
Sounds like you're mapping out a pretty good life for yourself. You want to mention the fraternity?
Yeah, I'm a member of Sigma Alpha Epsilon fraternity. And
you want to mention the fiance?
Yeah, I better. JC Smith, and we're getting married here in a bit. So.
Oh, in a bit?
Yeah.
All right, fine. Would this be a large bit or a medium bit?
Yeah, it's in the future.
All right, good to have you here, Taylor. Hi, Via.
Hi, Pat.
Via Thomas, Lemon Grove, California, huh?
Yes.
What do you do in Lemon Grove?
Well, I am a customer sales and service representative for a large global telecommunications company.
But that's just the tip of the iceberg for Via. Who does